up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to what is a squad builder featuring a couple of players I've been waiting basically all year for. A couple of absolute gem team of the season players, which we will get to in a second. Now, I'm going to do this ever so slightly differently to how I normally would. Normally everything in a squad builder is post-production, but what I've decided to do today is build the squad for you live now so I can talk about players as I'm adding them in, and then I'll show you the goals as normal at the end. So we start off today with this guy right here. He is, of course, TOTS Sane, the German goalkeeper who plays for Barcelona. Now, I'm pretty sure he's their second string goalkeeper, and he is lower rated than your other Barca option, which is Bravo, of course. But I've used him a lot lately, and I used him in the TOTS Cup for the La Liga a couple of weeks ago. So I wanted to try TOTS Sane because people were saying that he's actually very good, and he's got very good distribution, which, as you can see, he has got 82 kicking, which is not something many keepers have, I guess. And I have to say, he's a pretty good keeper. I saved like more penalties with this guy than I've ever saved with any keeper. I know it's all random and that was me going the right way and stuff, but still, it's got to be said, he was a pretty good goalie. So let's put the defense together, shall we? So first off, we need a German who plays for Schalke, who is Howardez, however you say his name. And then next up after that, we're going to need a Brazilian who is actually from a completely different league again. You could go with Miranda, but I'm going for Juan Jesus. And then for our final centre-back, we'll just search all because he is my highest rated one. It is, of course, Mascherano. So the middle one, the lowest rated, is Juan Jesus. Plays in the Serie A, not the La Liga. He plays for Inter, of course. He is Brazilian. He's 79 rated. He's one of the more sweaty centre-backs on the game with his 80 pace, but he has got 84 physical and he is 6'1", and I really like him on this game. He's a solid centre-back and he does a great job, and of course he's got that perfect link opportunity there with Miranda. Out on the right hand side, we've gone with Benedict Huverdez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's 83 rated, which is a very decent rating for a centre-back. We've got only 65 pace, but he does make it up with the 84 defending. He's also 6'2". Good work rates, medium, and I have to say, although he does feel a little bit slow, he's a very solid centre-back, and he's a good one to have next to someone like Juan Jesus, who has a lot of pace about them. And then finally, we've gone for this guy. I saw he was cheap, and I really wanted to try him out. So 89 rated team of the season, Mascherano comes into the squad. He's got 73 pace, which is good for a centre-back. He's got 90 defending and 86 physical, which are absolutely amazing stats. But the problem is he is only 5'9". So good job he's got a couple of other centre-backs who are strong in certain areas, like, you know, Juan's quick, and Huverdez is strong and big and stuff like that. So all in all, the centre-back partnership was actually quite good. I leaked a few goals, but I'm going to put that down more to me playing like an idiot than these defenders not being very good. I actually really rate all of them, and they're definitely centre-backs that I would recommend. Now let's move on to the midfield. So our two centre mids are actually going to both be from Inter Milan. We needed strong links with your boy Juan. Let's find Inter there, and I'm gonna go for, I need a CDM because I know my first one's a CDM. It's Guarin, and then the second one is correctly positioned in centre mid. That's Mello. So they both come into the team. They're both relatively low rated players, 79 and 80. That's, you know, not very high, but they're both really well rounded in terms of stats. Felipe Melo is Brazilian. He gets the perfect link to Juan Jesus. He's 79 rated. All of his stats are above 71, I believe, and he has got 84 physical, which is good in the centre of midfield. He's a hard worker, and he stays back a little bit as well, which is what you wanted when you've got three at the back. And then, of course, we have got Freddie Guarin, who is 80 rated. All of his stats are above 70. He's got 88 physical, and he works really hard as well, up and down the pitch with those high work rates. A very solid player, and he's got that long free kick stance if you ever get a chance to take one with him. I prefer to take it with someone further up the pitch. He's got a decent free kick, so he's maybe a set piece taker for you. And now it's time to add in our wide players. So out on the right hand side is going to be all the way at the end of the club, because of course he's an untradeable item, is TOTS Sane. And then I think I've got him as a left winger. What am I doing? There we go. He is Neymar, 90 rated Neymar. So we'll talk about him first. I pack pulled this guy. He's an assist king. He's a really good player for getting those assists on the board. Of course, better playing him further up the pitch, like left wing or left forward, is more his territory if you're going to score goals and stuff with him. But in terms of creating space and pulling those defenders out to you and creating more space for your strikers in between. This guy is great out on the left mid. So much pace to burst up and down that wing. He's of course got the 5-star skills and the 5-star weak foot, which is perfect. And then of course we've got TOTS Sane, who is a tournament winning player. Of course, I think he's got a right-sided player. If you haven't won him in the tournament, you could use his silver, I believe you could, who's a right mid. And he's got 92 pace, 83 dribbling, 80 shooting. He's 6 foot tall. This guy feels and looks really big in game, which of course he is. Most wingers are a little bit shorter than that, I would say. So he does a good job. He's someone that you could kick the ball out from like a goal kick or something, and he could knock it on to one of your strikers or back into the middle of the pitch or something. Only 3-star skills on him, but again, a very pacey winger to hold that play up out on the wide and then whip it into the box for your strike force. Now, things are about to get a little bit awesome because let's put this guy in. Let's put 90 rated Hatem Ben Arfa into the squad. He's someone I've looked forward to for so long, and he's finally here with his 88 pace, 96 dribbling, 93 shooting, 91 passing, 87 physical. Oh yes, 5-star skill moves as well, and from Cam he managed to get 11 goals and 3 assists in 10 games. Some of those games were laggy ones which lagged out and didn't play the full 90 minutes, so he gets a very good goal to game ratio. Someone that of course I want to do a FUTWIZ player review for, so there will be a link in the top corner and a card and an annotation and that sort of thing. Subscribe over on the FUTWIZ channel, that would be absolutely awesome. I do 4 player reviews over there every single week, so Ben Arfa is definitely going to be one of those going up shortly. And then let's put a couple of pretty awesome strikers in. We need to go to the French League and we need 2 French men. So let's put that in right now. The first one is going to be this guy. We'll go with Fekir. And then you will have seen the second one. It is probably one of my favourite players in the game. It is TOTS Ben Yedder. Now, let's talk about Fekir first. He's a lower rated, but people see him as one of the sweatier, more overpowered players on the game. And I would sort of agree with that. I mean, look at his stats for me. He's got 13 goals and 11 assists in 19 games. And he was definitely not the sort of player which I was looking to get the ball to, because I've got Ben Arfa and Ben Yedder who I want to try and get goals with because they're my TOTS players. So he does a great job. If you wanted to, I guess you could swap like Ben Arfa and Fekir out and in-game and play one at cam, one at striker, that sort of thing. But then we've got Ben Yedder, whose goal to game ratio sucks right now. I'm about to go and use him a little bit more. He's been pretty damn good. I have to say that goal to game ratio doesn't reflect how I've been playing with him, because I actually really like him. As I mentioned earlier, people rage quitting when it's laggy and all of this sort of stuff, or when you go 1 or 2-0 down against a squad with a few team of the seasons in it like mine, people tend to quit out. But Ben Arfa has got legitimately that many more goals than this guy, so I would probably say Ben Arfa is better than Ben Yedder. But we love Ben Yedder because he's got 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. I mean, he's only 86 rated for a TOTS, but he's got 90 dribbling, 91 shooting, 87 passing, 88 pace. He's got ridiculous stats for a player of that level, and he does the job so very well. I love him. This squad is awesome. Like, it's really well balanced with great wingers with lots of pace, 3 very tricky strikers in your cam and your 2 strikers there, solid midfielders, and then a trio of very different centre backs, which all in all work out quite well. You got to be careful, of course, with a 3 at the back formation that you don't just leak goals and lose it. You know, you've got to play that ball around the middle, in the midfield. You know, hold the ball, push it out wide, bring it back in, and all of that good stuff. But it's time to go and have a little look at the goals that I scored with this team. So let's do that bit right now. First off, if you didn't see, the squad was around 600,000 coins, which is relatively expensive, I guess. And if you did want to change out the fact that I've got Sané in the squad, and you may not have Sané if you didn't win the tournament and you don't fancy using his silver version, then you could definitely replace Howardez with Jerome Boateng, and then the perfect link to him, of course, would be the right mid version of Thomas Muller. So that would be your options if you did want to change, or of course you could go off with any other German. You would need a German because Ter Stegen needs another link, as he's only got a strong link from Mascherano, and of course doesn't link to Juan Jesus. So if you could think of a German centre-back and right mid combo that is a perfect chemistry combo, then of course you could do that. I'm sure there's like a Hummels and somebody, or I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. As you can see, I scored fairly decent goals with this team, especially Ben Yedder. He pops up with some really nice finishes. You've got the fact that he's got 5-star weak foot in your locker for that one, and he is just an absolute gem. I mean, I love the fact that he's very tricky, and he does fit into decent little pockets and stuff, but he's just there to nod it home or tap it home or take that long shot or whatever it is. Really like him, and it just so happens that in this team his goal to game ratio didn't really reflect that. I think we did actually play 7 games out of the 10, so he's got 6 goals in 7 games. I guess that's not the biggest and best performance, but I will be using him again in a different squad, probably in the TOTS versus Sweat for the Ligue 1, because he's one of the best strikers in that league now as a TOTS. I don't think I can actually afford Zlatan Ibrahimovic, so we'll put him into that squad, see if he can do any better over there, and that will be released in the next day or so. And all in all, you're just seeing how good these two players can make this team. They are the main goal scorers. Ben Arfa scoring what is free kicks, long shots, beautiful runs with twisty dribbling and all of that stuff, and then finesses into the back of the net like that particular goal right there. So that will be the end of today's squad builder. Now let me know in the comment section if you would like me to use more players like this, you know, Ben Yedder and Ben Arfa. They're kind of similar to, I guess, players like Dybala and stuff in the Serie A. So let me know if you want me to do a squad around them. Smash a like on the video whilst you're here if you would be so kind, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.